and to give your name and affiliation whenever you ask a question. We're joined by Stanford head coach Jessica Allister and players Ali Kanashiro and Nigel Kennedy. We'll start with the opening statement from Coach Allister, if you don't mind.
Yeah, just really thrilled to be here. What an amazing event put on by NCAA softball and Oklahoma City. And it was an absolute privilege to compete in this tournament last year, and we are so happy to be back. So ready to get going and excited for a great weekend of softball, great week of softball.
All right, we'll open up for questions. Okay, we'll go second row on the right, Myron.
Yeah, Myron Patton, OKC Sports Radio. This is coach and the players. How did last year help you? I mean, you guys were on the scene last year. It's some really competitive softball. How did that help you going to this year's tournament?
Yeah, I think a couple things. I think just understanding that once you get here, the margins are so slim, and understanding that it's anybody can win on any given day, and having the confidence that we are capable and we are prepared and we are ready. So I think the familiarity is a big deal, and just knowing what to expect, even just starting yesterday when we got in. But the biggest thing is understanding how small the margins are, and come out here and play your best ball and see what happens.
Kind of what Coach was touching on, but just being here again and already having that experience is incredible. But it's so nice to just give our freshmen the same experience, and just allowing them to kind of play here too. Because this is the greatest show on dirt, so it's just really good to be back.
Do you want to add anything, Ali?
I think they both nailed it on the head. But I think going off of that, for sure, it just establishes that notion of that we are fully deserving and capable of being here. And I think that while we do have a different team than last year, and last year was very deserving, I think it's great for the freshmen and the newcomers and the returners from last year to know that we brought ourselves back here because we are fully capable and because we've earned it and put in a lot of work to get here twice in a row.
All right, we'll get second round of the left. Clift, go ahead.
Cliff Brown, Associated Press. Badgery, if you could just comment, I know you're focused on team, but right now you are the USA Collegiate Softball Player of the Year. Just wanted to know if you could put that in perspective.
Yeah, it's incredible, and honestly, it's a dream come true. Like to be here, to play in Oklahoma City, and then to get that honor. It's everything almost everything I could have dreamt of. Next thing is the national championship, but it was everything.
All right, we'll go front row left, Joe.
Nisha, I read that you took an unofficial visit to Oklahoma State when you were being recruited. What do you sort of remember from that visit, and how did they sort of factor it all into your recruitment?
Yeah, I just remember everyone being really nice, and the coaching staff there is incredible, and just building a relationship with them was really good. But I'm really happy of where I'm at.
And then a couple for Coach. Is this bittersweet in a way for you guys, knowing that the Pac-12 for so long has been historically dominant in softball, and now you guys are here at UCLA, that this is now coming to an end?
Yeah, it is sad. Pac-12 softball is the best conference in the country, and seeing that come to an end is sad. That being said, I think the only thing certain in college athletics right now is things change. And you got to be comfortable in that change and find the good in that change. And, we're excited to be members of the ACC. We're excited to build new rivalries. We're excited to compete against phenomenal academic institutions that have, broad-based excellence in their sports programming. So sad ending of a chapter, sure, but we're not going to spend much time on that. And we're going to, be excited about the things that are ahead and look forward to, building those experiences, against other teams.
And unrelated, but Mike White a couple of days ago said that it's a huge advantage for Oklahoma to always have the World Series here, and proposed maybe rotating sites. I just wanted to get your thoughts on that.
Oh man, I don't know. I think there's not going to be any such thing as equal and fair no matter where you're at. That's just not the way that the world works. And I think what we've built here in Oklahoma City for the sport of softball is really, really, really special. So do I think there's some advantages built in there? I do. Do I think that they outweigh what this event does for the sport? That's a hard jump for me to make. So I'm really happy with everything that Oklahoma City has done for the sport and the stage that they've built for us to compete.
Stay front row left, Jenny.
Yeah, Jenny Carlson, carlsonsubstack.com. Nigel, could you just kind of talk us through, people obviously saw you on this stage a year ago this week. You talk us through what you sort of built on, you're similar at, maybe what you've changed, how you've improved, just how you are now compared to where you were a year ago. And then Allie and Coach, I was wondering if you could just kind of, your perspective on where Nigel is a year after the Women's College World Series last year.
Yeah, so actually that was one thing I was honestly really concerned about just coming into my sophomore year, and I had a lot of conversations with Coach Nyberg just on how to grow and how to improve, and together we just came up with a list of things that we can improve on in the fall. So we just worked a lot on just location and just putting each pitch where we wanted and throwing each pitch off the last, just a lot in the fall. And then we did a lot of like inner squats and things like that in the fall to just prepare. But honestly, just so much credit to Coach Nyberg for just helping me grow and develop.
Yeah, I think just going off of that, I think when we were here last year, I think Nyjah appeared as if she had been here a million times, and she just went right at people, and you would have thought she was a senior playing here for a fourth year in a row. So I was absolutely blown away by her, but nonetheless, I think she absolutely put in a ton of work in the off-season and fall, winter, and this entire season, and just has continued to get better. Her toughness, her competitiveness is never a question, but even with the pitch locations, the lanes, the spin, everything, it's just it's so fun to watch her continue to grow, and I'm excited to see where she does this year, for sure.
I would say the biggest piece is just managing the expectations that come with a freshman year like Nyjah put together last year. And I think that's the space where I've been so impressed. You know, when people are celebrating foul balls and celebrating hits, the way they celebrate them, that can start to feel heavy. And I think the way that Nyjah has managed that this year has just been not surprising because we're around her every day, but impressive. And, when we play teams, they prepare for her all week. And just not allowing those pressures and expectations to mount too much and managing those and just staying in the process and doing the best she can. And I think a lot of that happens. And Nyjah's a phenomenal teammate. And last night she wins the award for Player of the Year, and you should have seen her teammates behind her. I think they were maybe more nervous than she was because they wanted her to win it so badly, and they care so deeply about her. And I think that's been a big piece of it. But just the way she's handled herself this year has been really, really fun to watch.
More questions? Second row right.
Jacob Richmond, Lone Star Live for coach and players. How much and what do you take away from your two prior meetings with Texas and try and bring into this first matchup?
Yeah, obviously it's the third game that we'll face them this year, and we've seen all their pitching. They've seen all of our pitching. We've faced hitters a fair amount of time. We're all going to do our homework, watch all of our film. So there's some definite familiarity there for both teams. I would also say we're at a point in our sport where there's so much film that whether you've played somebody or haven't played somebody, you're going to have a really, really, really good scout on them going in. So I think there's definitely something to be said for that. And they're obviously a great team, and just excited to get back out there and get back to work.
Players, anything?
Yeah, I think just going off of that, we've seen them twice, and they are a great team, and we respect them a lot. So just going up there with all the preparation that Coach Allister said, trusting our preparation on the field and off the field, just knowing that, we can beat anybody, and having that mentality when we go in for sure is going to be the key, I think, coming this Thursday.
More questions? Okay, we do have one on Zoom from Marissa Ngami.
Hi there, Marissa and Jemmy from San Francisco Chronicle. For Jess and Ellie, I wanted to ask you both about just the development of Nija's change up this year and how you've seen, I mean, you guys kind of just addressed her progress from last year to this year as well, but how have you seen that pitch specifically? We saw that pitch a few times against LSU, really throw batters off balance. Like, how has that pitch kind of just improved her arsenal so much?
It's been important. Change of speeds is really important. And when you have the capability to throw with this speed and movement that Nija does, your batters are going to they're going to begin to cheat and try to get going a little bit sooner and hope that they're guessing in the right location. And being able to pull the string and keep them honest has been really important. I guess I'd add in Nija's ability to really get a sense for when that's happening and when to use it has been a really big piece of her development this far. So it's a great pitch and it's an important pitch.
Yeah, I agree. I think it has helped us incredibly, and I also thought it was amazing last year, and it's just gotten so much better even this year. So being able to trust that that pitch is going to be incredible and do what it needs to do, I'm sure is great for Nija, and it's also great for me and the whole team. So I think it is just as helpful as every other pitch that could ever exist in the world, if not more. So I'm really happy with Nija's growth, and I think that it just shows how much work she's put in this offseason too, for sure.
Any more questions? We actually have one more on Zoom from Eric Lopez.
Eric Lopez, D1 softball for Coach. Describe the growth and the journey of getting here this year through the ups and downs, getting pushed in the regionals to a Game 7, LSU pushing it to a Game 3. Describe the journey and the growth of this group to get here.
Yeah, it was great. And I think it's really prepared us. I think there can be different paths. I think, last year, everything, we were talking about it actually as a team, was almost, I'm not going to say easy because it's never easy to get to Oklahoma City, but it was smooth. And this year it was not smooth. But I think that's a good thing. I think playing in those situations is really important. I think feeling those nerves of not one but two elimination games will serve us moving forward. And I think you find out a little bit about yourself in those moments. You find out a little bit about your teammates, and you grow close, and then you draw from those things as the postseason progresses. So it definitely wasn't easy, but I think it's a good thing moving in, and we're going to have a lot of confidence to draw from that journey this week.
Any more questions? All right, that'll wrap things
Great.
up. Thank you.
Thank you.
Stanford.